Shalom. Before I do anything, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. And with that, this is Brother Samak coming at you with another lesson, Lord will. This is edifying. This lesson, I'm probably going to call it, If I Do This Willingly, because, I was thinking, I believe I did a lesson on this a little bit ago, but it's really important, man, because as far as wanting, it's a difference between someone who wants to than a person that doesn't want to. A person that wants to do something it's gonna show within their work. It's gonna show that again, the caring. And I remember talking about this, how say a woman that loves to cook and a woman that just does it, just because she feels like she has to but she doesn't want to. The one that loves to cook is going to put love into that, and you could tell the care and everything. But the other one is just gonna do it and just follow off of some cookbook or some bullshit, not really putting her little mix into it, not doing anything like half-assing and everything like that. So it's and complaining and everything. So I say that to say this one more, this truth, man. Us doing this, and you should do it because you want to, So instead of really doing it because you feel like you have to but you don't want to, you should want to do this, man. Man, I thought of two real quick. What's that? Here it is. This is 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 7. It says, matter of fact, verse 8. It says, For this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. It says, verse 9, And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. So we do this gladly, We do this because we want to. It says, Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. You think we're out here because, off of a, how can I explain it? It's more like, as far as this, you think we're out there because of ourselves. We're doing this because we want to. We want to be out there. We're doing this willingly. We're out there on the highways and byways in the cold, and when it comes to the heat, preaching the word, because we love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The scriptures say, if ye love me, keep my commandments. If ye love me, why ye say ye love me and not do the things that I say? Roughly paraphrasing, right? So here it is again. We love Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so we're gonna be doing these things because we love him and we want to, right? And this kind of thing, something happened where someone says that they didn't want to do a certain thing, and it's like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, and that's why it's like one of those things where it's like, if I'm at a job or if I'm doing a job and you're showing that you don't want to do the job, I'm going to stop you right there and tell you to leave. Because honestly, personally, I don't want anybody doing something they don't want to do. And what more is truth? Like Yahweh Shai, I'm sure is on the same time, man. Why would I want why would I want to be with somebody or try to save someone that doesn't want to be saved? That's not looking to be saved. That's not looking to do what is commanded of them. Because this is commanded of us, man. Yeah, that's it. This is what's that? 1 Corinthians, God. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse I kind of want to see what it says in the NLT. Let's start at verse 13. It says, "Don't you realize that those who work in the temple get their meals from the offerings brought to the temple? And those who serve at the altar get a share of the sacrificial offerings? In the same way, the Lord Yahweh Shai ordered that those who preach the good news should be supported by those who benefit from it." And that's deep. Again, we support the good news. And again, let me read that again. It says, "In the same way, the Lord ordered that those who preach the good news should be supported by those who benefit from it." So these the good news, as in the gospel, right? We doing this, we're gonna benefit from it, because we have Yahweh Shem Yahushua on our side, man. We have that protection. The scriptures say, since thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So us doing this, we have a hedge over us, man. Right? We have Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Yahweh Shai, covering us, man. Protecting us. Especially having this knowledge, this wisdom, this truth. That's a perk, man. The scriptures talk about knowledge and wisdom being the stability of that time. So us having this knowledge, wisdom, this truth, and at the same time exercising our talents, as the scriptures say, and going out there and trying to gain more talents, man, as it says in Matthew 25, the 25th chapter. It says, "Yet I have never used any of these rights, and I'm not writing this to suggest that I want to start now. In fact, I'd rather die than lose my right to boast about preaching without charge. Yet preaching the good news is not something I can boast about. I am compelled by Yahweh to do it. How terrible for me if I didn't preach the gospel or the good news." Right. Again, it's just something that we love to do. It's something that we're doing willingly. It says, if I do this of my own initiative, I would deserve payment. Deep. It says, but I have no choice, for the Most High has given me this sacred trust. Wow. What then is my pay? It is the opportunity to preach the good news without charging anyone. That's why I never demand rights when I preach the gospel or the good news. And again, we're not looking for any fame. We're not looking for any money. We're not looking for any. There's no gain from this, right? As far as because at the end of the day, we do have, again, like I said, doing this, we have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai on our side, and that's all we need, right? We do it because we love Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So, Yahweh Yahushai. So ultimately, realistically, we're not really doing this for any gain in this world or trying to get any money, fame, fortune, anything like that. We're doing it because we love Yahweh Shai, man. And Paul was going into that, bragging and boasting, because you're preaching the gospel and everything. No, we're not, no, man. That's the same time we're on, doing this without any payment, Of course, we believe that there is a reward for us doing this, right? We do believe that, and again, believing is not knowing, right? We're going off of pure, what's the word for it? Yeah, belief, right? The scriptures talk about hope, for we are saved by hope. And hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? So, again, we don't physically see things, right? But as the Lord told us to do, is to look for the signs. This is the sign to show that it's coming. So we don't physically know the day nor the hour or anything like that on anything, right? We're going off just hope, right? And that's what makes it more beautiful, man. The scriptures say, Yahweh Shai said it himself. He said to Thomas, matter of fact, I'll get it. I think it is John. Here it is. John 20. Let me see something. Oop. Okay, come on. So this is John chapter 20. Dang, I can't even. Oh my gosh. Like, 29. Okay, it's locked. Oh, it was right there the whole time. I didn't just read over it. All right, it's locked. This is John 20. Oh, that's why. Because it looks. That's why. There we go. Okay. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, this is John chapter 20 and verse. Yeah, it's verse 28, straight to the point. It says, Then Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord, my power, and my power. Yahweh Shai said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet believe, and yet have believed. And that's deep. You know, here it is. We ourselves have not physically seen Yahweh Shai, have not physically seen Yahweh, right? But yet we believe, you know? So these things, as far as believing, we not seeing these things, but yet we believe, you know, it's beautiful, you know? So again, going into it as far as not doing it with any gain or anything like that. No, we're doing this willingly. We're doing this because we want to, you know? We're doing this without any type of charge, any type of gain in this world, or any type of any type of thing that's deep. I think, did I go into that? No, I didn't. Let me see something. Salaki. Okay, so this is the same thing. Salaki. 1 Corinthians, going back to 1 Corinthians 9, and let me see here. Here we go. I should have kept reading. But let me go 18 again. It says, "What is my reward? Verily that, when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Hamashiach without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel." Right. It says, verse 19, "For though I be free of all men, free from all men, yet have I made myself servant to all, that I might gain the more." It says, "And Yahweh Aslaki, and unto the Jew I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law." Right? It says, "To them that are without law, as without law, being not with law to the Most High, being under the law of Hamashiach." It says, "that I might gain them that are without law." I'm trying to, I don't know. I think this is it. But yeah, Paul said a lot, man. You know, again, made himself low, same thing. He became these things for his brethren, you know, and at the same time, as far as gain some, gain them, you know, trying to, again, Paul himself, man, he could have gave up the ghost and went on, but there was more work for him to do that he felt, so he stayed. You know, he's been stoned and everything, but he did that in his deep, man, because he did that for his brothers, man, and to make sure, you know, all was done, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. That's why Paul is much respected, man. Without Paul, man, a lot of things would not come about, man, without Paul, because, again, you know, the amount of books that he signed off on. Of course, he didn't really necessarily write all the books, but he did sign off on these books. You know, Corinthians, Romans, partial of Acts, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, everything. Look, all these is Paul, man. It's crazy. So without Paul, man, you know, it'll be hard to understand, you know, certain things. you know? So, yeah, Paul's a perfect example of who to be, you know? And doing that, you know, again, it shows as well, like, we got to be a lot like Paul, man, you know? Doing this not really for ourselves, you know, but helping out others, man, you know? And again, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to let their will be done. And that's the point, man. Even Yahushai was on that time as far as not my will, but thy will be done, you know? So as long as the Most High's will being done, man, and whatever can push this forward as far as just helping out to again, as far as the Lord's will, right? But yeah, I didn't want to make this too long. So with that, I pray that you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who do real well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. And with that I say, Shalom.